Hello friends, good morning and welcome to a sunny day here in Denali. We just got up here at the Holland America Denali Lodge and we are about to head into Denali National Park. The weather is perfect for this today.
It's 48 degrees currently, I think.
48 and sunny.
48 and sunny.
Not too bad for it still being May. We are going to visit the National Park Visitor Center. We're going to drive in as far as you can with your personal vehicle. We're going to do one of our favorite little hikes in Denali. Just cannot wait to explore the park. Hopefully see some wildlife, see some beautiful scenery, and bring you guys along for all of it. Alright, we have made it to the entrance to Denali National Park and Preserve. Of course, we got the photo that everybody has to get. Now, into the park. We are just a little bit into the park, and you can see the Alaska Railroad, the Wilderness Express crossing in front of us. So we're gonna wait for the train to cross the tracks and then continue our little journey. So the road into Denali is this little 2-lane road. And here's the thing, as soon as you enter the park, you kind of have to have your eyes out for wildlife. We've had lots of pretty cool wildlife encounters here in Denali over the years, hoping for some of those today. One of the things you look for is there are Denali Park buses that take people further on the road than you can drive in your own car. And if you ever see one of those buses pulled to the side of the road with its hazards on, it's probably stopped to see wildlife. So look for buses pulled over, look for cars pulled over, look for people pointing, but also keep your eyes peeled for wildlife. Well, we've arrived, and the first miracle of the trip has occurred. We actually got a parking spot here at the Savage River Trail area. So the main parking lot is over there. That was totally full. There is kind of this secondary lot, well, not lot, just like street parking over on this side, and it was totally full, except this person pulled out and we got the last spot. Thank you, Jesus. Look how beautiful it is. So just so you know, this little station right here is the end of the road as far as where you can drive in your own vehicle. All of these buses are tours that you can book through Denali National Park to take you further into the park. And that's where you see the real wildlife. We didn't really see anything on the way out here today, but obviously it's wild. There's no way to plan that. Sherry Beth, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Let's do it. And I know last time we were out here and did this trail, we pointed this sign out. Expect to encounter grizzlies in this area. Not a sign you see often, so we are definitely going to stay bear aware. Oh wait, section of trail closed on east side. Okay, so we're gonna stay on the west side of the trail. So this is what the trail is like most of the way. Gravel, packed, pretty well defined. You can see there's people out there walking by the river as well. And so basically this trail is gonna take us up kind of through that pass, and it will stay here along the Savage River most of the way. Actually, I think the entire way it stays along the river. All right, we have our first wildlife of the trip. I don't know that the camera's gonna zoom in enough. There are a whole bunch of doll sheep. You see the little white spots right up there? I think you guys can see them, actually, maybe.
Hi, babies.
I got Sherry to thank for this because she did her doll sheep call on the way here. That's fun. Looks like there's even more of them up there on the ledge now. Do you guys see them? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 that we can see. The trail's gotten a little bit wet in places, but that's, I guess, to be expected. It is still May. Things have not dried out. I mean, for goodness sake, there's still snow, like, right there. And it is fun because all of the people out on the trail, as soon as they see the sheep that are up there, they all stop. They're like, look, there's sheep. All right, continuing that way. Are you having fun? Yeah? Last time we did this hike, there were lots of little flowers that Sherry stopped to take photos of. That's the first flower we've seen.
Found one.
So, of course, she had to stop and take a photo of it. So I believe this is why the east path is closed off. You can see the trail would normally run along there, but there is still lots of snow closing off. You can see the trail there, closing off that side. So we're gonna continue up here on the west side of the river. All right, you guys, this might be the last time this year I get to do this. So I have to make it happen. Think I can hit Sherry from here? What do you guys think? Maybe. Let's see. Oh! That was the best! We are stopping to sit for a few minutes, just kind of enjoy the quiet and the water, but also I do need to say I'm sorry I hit you with a snowball.
You're not sorry.
Here's the thing.
You're sorry that it hurt.
I'm more impressed the fact that I actually hit you with a snowball from that distance. I am sorry that it hurt. She was funny. Sherry was like, was that snow or was that a rock? I was like
a rock.
I was like, why would I throw
my leg so hard?
Like, why would I throw a rock at you?
Don't know. Why did you throw an ice chunk at me?
Well, it was snow when it started.
Mm-hmm.
I think it formed into an ice chunk in the heat of my hand. Also, quite the scenery. Here's our view from where we're sitting. You can see the rest of the canyon up that way. Just the mountain all there. Got the river below us. Oh, this is the best. We would have been planning ahead. We actually would have brought lunch and just had like a little picnic out here, because we could have sat there and looked at that view for hours. All of the rock formations as you get out here near the end. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's the bridge right there. We're gonna make it there. So the trail basically would cross that bridge and go down the east side of the mountain. Obviously that's closed. I think there is also a little bit of a trail. It's, I think, less defined. It keeps going straight. We're gonna go to the bridge and turn around, but as you get out close to the bridge, it's just so beautiful. I mean, here's the thing. The whole thing has been beautiful, but somehow it gets prettier and prettier the more you walk. All right, we're getting closer. More snow. Nah, I've already done it once. She's taking photos of flowers. Whoa, look at that. Look at that little guy. He's hanging out. Hey, Sherry, look. Just munching on some grass. Hey, buddy. Look at that. Pretty darn adorable. Say that. Oh, bye, bud. Nice coming back. Do you want to go home with us? We have a new kitten named Captain America who I think would
love you.
Cappy would love you, buddy.
You're about the same size.
That is true. You are about the same size. Okay, I walked in there and I was like, look, Sherry, I'm inside a mountain. And I was ducking down. She's like, it's funny you have to duck. I was like, what? She's like, walks in. And just like that, we've made it. See Sherry Beth out there taking photos. You can see end of maintained trail, so you can still go that way. This is pretty darn awesome. Sherry Beth, do you remember, it's about like a mile out here, mile back, is that right?
I think so. I think it's a 2-mile round trip.
2-mile round trip. So, one of our absolute favorite, quick, easy Denali hikes to do.
It's a pretty moderate hike.
Yeah, it's considered moderate.
I was trying to figure out why, because I'm not a hiker, and so I won't really do much above easy. But I think it's because of how uneven it is, and you're kind of up and down, and you're like dodging puddles, and you're on rocks that are uneven. So it's an easy trail, but you do need balance.
You need balance. That's
shoes you don't mind getting muddy.
That's true. Sherry wore her rain boots. Also sorry for the wind. Now we begin our journey back up that way. Should have brought Captain America with us and brought him up to that rock and done done Pride Rock right there with him. That could have been like his commissioning as a young lion cub. Sherry Beth has the best eyes ever. She noticed way up top there, right on the ridge, there are people. If you're like a really avid... Wait, there's sheep where? Oh, right below them.
To the left.
Oh, wait.
There's sheep moving.
Oh, yeah. And Sherry just noticed. Oh, I don't think the camera's gonna get those. There, oh yeah.
Snow, but they're moving.
There are sheep right to the left of them. So there's people over to the right and sheep on that little ridge right there. And that's on the other side from where we saw sheep earlier.
Yeah.
So gosh, how many are there? 1, 2, 3. We saw 4 earlier, so that's 7 sheep today.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. We just turned around. Not sure it'll show on the camera. Look at the sheet of rain falling right back where we came from. I will take the sunshine we've experienced and the weather this way over the sheets of rain that way. Also really cute. You can see there's actually 2 mountain goats hanging out on that ridge where we saw them on earlier. And we just had a conversation with some hikers who said there is a caribou in the riverbed kind of up ahead. So we'll see if we can see that. All right, this is one of my favorite things when the ground is all like, it scares Sherry. It feels like you're walking on gummy candies. So on the walk, we saw Arctic ground squirrel and doll sheep. Half of the list, not too bad. And I think those might be what Sherry took photos of.
Yeah.
We also saw elegant orange wall lichen. Last time we were here, we saw those. Also, they're delicious. Just like that, we have made it back to the restrooms and the beginning of the Savage River Trail.
Okay, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up, but there are 2 caribou right back there.
Just hanging out down there.
Hanging out by the riverbed.
I think those are the ones that those hikers told us about.
I think so. So cool.
And look at that. There are 2 more caribou right there in that opening. That was awesome. Just kind of like hanging out. Look at that. Car's driving by, doesn't even see him.
Look, we found a little porcupine. We had to back up to get back to him. Look how cute. Oh my goodness. Hi, buddy. Little porcupine. Cute.
We have arrived to the Denali Visitor Center. We've been here, gosh, several times. It is a very impressive visitor center. Definitely worth visiting if you're coming to Denali. Take some time to explore it. But first, we're actually heading down there because we haven't really eaten. We haven't really eaten yet today. We had some snacks like a banana and a muffin back at the hotel this morning. But we're gonna have lunch. They have salads, they have cold sandwiches, they've got chicken tenders, cotton chips, waffle fries, of course burgers, hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. And then over there they've got some toasted sandwiches like grilled cheese, chicken pesto, they've got soups. Jerry and I went with the exact same thing. We're each getting the cheeseburger. Yep. This is the cheeseburger. We got one of them with celery and carrots, one of them with a bag of chips. All right, so the burger is actually surprisingly good.
Very good. I couldn't finish mine, but Adam helped.
I helped you finish yours. Together,
So we both have a clean plate.
What a team. All right, now I think we're gonna head into the Denali Park store right over here, then make our way over to the visitor center. That's a very cool Denali vest. Also, the first thing I saw when I came in, dinosaurs. Sherry dinosaurs. So we did not bring our national park passport book. However, we have many Denali stamps in there. So we're not gonna get another passport stamp this time. Okay, I do not appreciate this mug. Rude. I found a mug that I definitely do not want to get. Okay, that's no. You're supposed to say, I sympathize with your pain and your hair loss. Just give me that mug back. All right, we did find these. Sherry found them. Some of you actually sent us some of these last year, I think. The Sasquatch and the unicorn. They were so fun.
They're in our living room. But
these
little Alaska animals. That's so fun.
How much are those? $14.99. That's so fun. Sherry and I have been talking about how we cannot get over this weather. The temperature feels like, oh look, bird. Feels like June, July, later in the summer. It is so nice out. May can be hit or miss. We definitely got hit. Right outside the visitor center, they have a whiteboard that has some of the different things going on today. You can see no guided walks today. They do have the sled dog demos, as well as some programs in the different campgrounds. So this is what the inside of the visitor center looks like. You can see they got this map with all the different hikes. I wonder if they have the one that we did on here. Oh, kind of out here, the Savage River Loop. That's the one that we did right there. So upstairs you can see we have the whole outline of Denali National Park. More information there. And then downstairs, lots of info. That is where we're going next. They have an old menu from Sourdough Sam's Saloon at the McKinley Park Hotel. Look at the drink prices. A Mount McKinley cooler, $1.20. Oh my gosh. All of the drinks were between like $1.20, $1.70. Not too bad. This is talking about the creation of the park. Sheep outnumbered the first tourists 500 to 1. But then the park was 5 years old before it received a new tourist. At least 7 visitors arrived in 1922, delivered by the newly completed Alaska Railroad. Amazing. They have this little station here that's what does Denali mean to you. You can write a little like card, a little note. It says Denali means majestic, peace, and quiet for all who inhabit it. Denali is beautiful. It's full of amazing culture, animals, and plants. To me, Denali is a place to learn and a place to be amazed. A place to learn and a place to be amazed. What a perfect description. Here's one final view of the lower area here at the Denali Visitor Center. You can see beautiful ceiling, lots of animals. Information center kind of goes all through there. But I think, Sherry Beth, ready to head out? Me too. Well, we were heading to our hotel, but we saw a sign that made us stop immediately. The sign said 2 very important words. Sherry, what did it say?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. We found it. They have fireweed ice cream, wild berry sorbet. Oh my gosh. You gotta love a place where you can spend your morning seeing caribou, going on a hike, seeing doll sheep, and then stop and get ice cream. I am not mad about this.
Nope.
Alright, we have consumed our ice cream. Went in a couple shops. Sherry Beth found a pair of earrings. No surprise. Now, heading back to our hotel, right up there. We have arrived back at the Holland America Denali Lodge. Haddle, for short. We are going to try to find a place to sit and read and relax a little bit now. Also, come on. You've got to love any hotel that brings puppies, sled dog puppies, to snuggle every day. Oh, amazing. We have found a comfy little cozy corner here. You can see we are right outside of, this is the steakhouse. Bar is kind of right down there. And there's just like nice little seating area. We got our books. Sherry went and got us a couple of drinks. We both wanted apple juice. And then she found, you guys, she found a Diet Coke.
I know him.
With my name. Thank you. All right, well, it is a few hours later. We hung out in the room. We did some reading. I took a little nap. Now we are heading out to dinner, but we are going off property for dinner. Wait a second, these are the new earrings you bought today.
Yes.
I just noticed that. Very pretty. So the place that we are going to dinner is just up the road in the town of Healy, Alaska. It is called 49th State Brewing Company. We have a 49th State Brewing in Anchorage that we absolutely love.
Yes.
This is the original. We've never been to. We've never been to this one, and so that was on our Denali list since it's so close to here. They have great food, great beers, and so we wanted to go check it out. So that is going to be dinner tonight. As soon as you leave the little town of Denali, this is what you head right into. These pretty awesome cliffs on either side. Now this is a rock slide, and I believe in the winter an avalanche slide area, but it is super pretty. All right, we have made it to 49th State here in Healy. You can see outside they have a replica of the Into the Wild bus. They got a stage there for concerts, lots of fire pits, beer garden, but the wait is over an hour. So we're not gonna wait. We're gonna figure something else out for dinner. Yeah. The thought that there would be an hour wait never crossed my mind.
On a Sunday night in Healy, Alaska?
But it is, and it was
4 people that live here.
It was packed.
It was packed.
I mean, I don't know how many, a couple hundred people there?
Yeah.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I understand why. In fact, one of the things I wanted to show you guys in the vlog is what we always get at 49th State. It is their king crabby grilled cheese. So many of you come to Alaska and want king crab. The price of crab is very high, let's just say that. In our opinion, the crab grilled cheese at 49th State in Anchorage or in Healy may be the best deal on crab that I've seen.
I think so, and I think I said this before on the vlog, but to call it a crab grilled cheese is a little bit of a disservice. It's a crab sandwich with cheese that they grill. Like
there's more crab than cheese.
There's so much crab on it, and it's so good.
So, if you're coming to Alaska, first of all, if you're going to the one in Healy, plan ahead, because... Apparently. But the one in Anchorage, my gosh, you guys, it's just so good. Okay, so...
In all fairness, there's almost always a long wait at the one in Anchorage as well.
I think that speaks to what they do.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna figure out dinner. Okay, so we just pulled up into the parking lot of the Denali Princess Lodge because we're gonna have dinner at Lynx Creek Pizza.
Yep. We
love the pizza there. We've eaten there numerous times before.
Yes.
It was one of the places we wanted to go on this trip as well, so we're just gonna do it tonight.
Yep.
But want to talk about how on the drive back, we saw an abundance, a plethora, some would say, of doll sheep.
More sheepsies.
In fact, one of them was the closest we had seen, but it was in a spot where it was in that area right outside of town where there's like all those slides, like the rock slides.
And he had literally just said, I bet sheep don't come down here because it's so unstable. And I was like, there's one.
And it was so far down, you could see it like, I mean, it was just plain as day.
Yeah.
But there's no place to pull over there.
Right.
So Sherry has a list going in her phone, if you want to pull it up. We've been keeping a list of wildlife we have seen on this trip. So on the drive up yesterday, today obviously in the park as we've been driving around. Sherry Beth, current scoreboard, what do we got?
15 at least doll sheep, 5 caribou, 4 moose, 2 porcupines, 2 Arctic ground squirrels, and 1 rabbit.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
So I actually love that we are keeping a list. Mm-hmm. We historically have not done that on trips, and I wish we would have.
Yeah.
So, all right, now, enough about sheep. Let's go eat pizza. You can see Lynx Creek right there, right next to the Denali Princess Wilderness Lodge. Hopefully, there's not an hour-long wait here. All right, dinner is served. We got the, what was it called? The Solstice Special?
Solstice Special is a slice of pizza and a Caesar salad and fountain drink.
For $15. Mm-hmm. And a big Caesar salad. Mm-hmm. I added an extra slice of pizza to mine as well. Time to dive in. Well, that was absolutely delicious. And honestly, it really hit the spot. So, bummed about 49th State, but not bummed that it meant that I got Lynx Creek. Lynx, I guess we have to come back. Well, our trip's kind of winding down. We check out tomorrow morning and start the journey back home. And so we thought, how do you end a trip to Denali, staying at the Holland America Denali Lodge, checking out the Denali Princess Wilderness Lodge? Well, there's kind of only one way. We're going to Fanny Q's Saloon. Also, you know you're in Alaska when the garden beds have these signs. Something that a lot of places in the world or in the country do not have to think about. And another sign a lot of places don't have to think about. Please keep off the moose. Aw, yeah, here we go. Taking a toll on me, powerless to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know? So Fanny Q's is about to close, but one of my favorite things is the guy at the piano singing songs all night. Man, I could just sit here and listen all night long. What a great way to end a great day in Denali. We have left Fanny Q's. We are heading back to our vehicle, but first we have to say goodbye to the Christmas bear in front of the Christmas cabin that we visited yesterday. Sherry Beth, did you have a good day? I'm glad, me too. All right, we just parked the Jeep and we are walking to Canyon Lodge where our room is. Our trip is coming to an end. Actually, that's not really true. The vlogs are coming to an end. We have to check out tomorrow at like 11 a.m. and then we are going to hang out in Denali a little bit and then start the 4.5 hour drive back home. So we'll get back home on Monday, Memorial Day, probably 4 or 5 p.m. I would say. This has been a great little getaway. Agreed?
Yes.
We got to see a dear friend of ours, as you guys saw in the last vlog.
Yeah.
We got to have some great food, got to have fun adventures, we got to see
Reading time.
Got some reading time, got downtime, got to see animals. I think it was everything we hoped Denali would be. So we're back in the room. We are going to probably not pack up tonight.
Meh.
We only, like, it was just a few days. We'll probably just throw everything in our bags tomorrow morning.
It'll also go in the laundry anyway when we get home.
Yeah, and all of it needs to be washed anyway.
Yeah.
I gotta say, final thoughts on the Holland America Denali Lodge. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The Princess Lodge next door, amazing. The food's great, the grounds are great.
Yeah, I love that they have a shuttle that runs between the two. So you can go anywhere on property here. It'll take you over to DPL and run anywhere on property there. It's so convenient. It's really great.
And I think, as you saw our last vlog with our friend Jessica, the fact that there's so much to do here, even if you're not a guest.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're just passing through Denali and you want to go to Carson's, like, for dinner or for lunch, you want to sit outside, you want to buy a s'mores kit and make s'mores over the fire.
You don't have to be staying at the lodges to do it.
But there's so much to do.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a really nice getaway. Nice long weekend.
Yeah.
We were talking about how it's crazy because in under 2 weeks, we are going on a Princess cruise. Mm-hmm. And this just feels like the perfect start to that.
Yeah.
Kind of, it got us in like cruise mode because so many of the guests here are on Alaska cruises or either just finished them or about to go on one.
Yeah.
And so we are so excited for our Alaska cruise. So you guys, more Alaska vlogs coming up, more Alaska cruise vlogs coming up. Mm-hmm. But thanks for hanging out with us here on these videos from Denali. It was perfect.
Great.
All right, friends, we'll see you on the next LeggLife video.